Good morning. On this episode of I Am Outdoors, we're going to do a little mechanic work. Something we do pretty regularly around here. We're going to do a little mechanic work, and it's doing something physical. Some people find it relaxing. Yes, I realize we're not in the outdoors, but things have to be done. Customer states vibration at racing speeds. Customer states vibration at 60 miles an hour during acceleration. I think I know the problem. Let's fix it together. Got my Crocs on. Pretty sure I don't know the problem for this vibration. See that? That's an axle. It's got a little bit of play to it. A little bit of wobbleization. So difficult. So I feel as if this is the vibration on the vehicle. We're gonna tear it apart, fix it, repair it. See if that fixes it. Okay. Whoa, whoa. Crazy that tire. What kind of contraption is this axle nut supposed to be? My goodness. Look at that. Toyota, you make it hard sometimes. Make it really difficult. Early in the morning. Take keys loose. I'll take a tie rod loose. There we go. Hey, we're loose. You know, today is September 27th. And if you're from this area of Mitchell County, you remember this day very well. This is the 1-year anniversary of Hurricane Helene hitting these mountains. It was very destructive. I was actually at work that morning, like a crazy person, and we knew it was calling for bad weather, and we went to work anyways. And the storm hit, and from our location, from where we was at, we didn't realize the destruction that was going on around us. And it finally got to the point to where we was like, you know what, we're gonna have to go home. Can't get that in there. So when we decided we was going home, it was a disaster. I'll just say that. Some of me and my good friends and work colleagues, we were together, and we decided, you know, let's try to get our way out of here. And as soon as we left work, we seen real quick this wasn't no ordinary storm. We lost power. We lost cell phone signal. Come to find out that we would be without power and cell phone signal and communication from the world around us for several weeks. And we left work that morning just to run straight into down trees, and none of us had chainsaws. We seen real quick how bad it was, and water was in the road everywhere. There was trees down everywhere. We started cutting our way home, and noticed real quick that it was just getting worse and worse. And we was cutting trees in front of us, and trees behind us was falling, and it was a mess. On a trip that would usually take me 10, 15 minutes to get to work, it ended up taking me several hours to get home. We cut dozens and dozens of trees, and I can't find nothing. And just cutting one lane just to get home. And what a disaster it was. Everywhere you looked, made you feel like you was in a dream, and like it wasn't really happening. But it was definitely something we had never experienced before in this community. Unfortunately, people lost their lives, people lost their homes. But a lot of work's been done in this area. People from all over has come in and chipped in and done work. But it sure was an experience that I don't never want to experience again. Today's 1-year anniversary. It makes you think. Make a mess. Yes. Hot. I feel like this is the culprit. Let's hope so. The little ANCs on some of the places where they contact. I've come to find over the years it helps the next man in line when you Trying to help them prevent the rust. Trying to work on that just a little bit. Yeah, buddy. So we're gonna throw this in there and hopefully she goes good. I've come to notice over the years, sometimes I've mechanic for a long time now. I've come to find that, and I know things get tough and busy, but a lot of times when problems, this thing had a little wobble to it. Sometimes when something, a vehicle or something starts getting a little wobble or starts having an issue, scared me. Things get a little wobble sometime. Or a squeak or a sound or something. We're bad to just put it off and put it off. Keep putting it off and hoping it works itself out. Boom. But what we come to find, perfect, is that sometimes it just gets worse. See this axle here, if bad enough, and can cause more problems than you want. It could cause seals to bust, it could cause this outside piece to get wore out, that spindle to get wore out. It can cause more problems than you want. Let's, for example, you get a squeak in your brakes. If you let it keep going, it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And can cause rotors to go bad and cause caliper to get stuck. Cause different problems. So I've found over the years, as long as you got good maintenance and you stay close to a good maintenance schedule and you start working on stuff as soon as it makes noises. Now there's noises. Now, there's noises sometimes that ain't nothing, okay? You know who I'm talking to. Sometimes cars make noises and there's no problem, okay? You know who I'm talking about. You know I'm talking to you. But sometimes one little small problem can lead to a bunch of problems. Yes. So it's good to attack these problems quickly so it don't cause more problems and cost you more money and other stuff don't break. It's just like in life. It's like this vehicle. Started getting a little wobbly at a certain speed. I hope this fixes it. It should. The vehicle gets a little wobbly and it gets worse and worse. Next thing you know, you might be fighting it. Stay in the road. You'll have more problems than you want. When we find ourselves drifting away from the Lord, let's say. Find ourselves doing things that distance us from God. It's very easy to do. It's very easy to do. The devil will throw everything in the world to put things in life between you and the Lord. Most importantly, getting away from His Word. I was talking to a buddy of mine this week and we was talking about the importance of staying in God's Word and how it strengthens us and it keeps us grounded. You get, I think it's Psalm 37, or no, Psalm 73. The psalmist writes, it's good that I am close to the Lord. He's my refuge. It's good that I stay close to Him so I can tell of His good works. Sometimes that's the way we got to think about that sometimes. We got to understand that when we're not in God's Word and we're separating ourselves from Him, problems come up and we don't know how to handle them. And we start getting these little wobbles in life, and a wobble can turn into a fight, to stay in the road, to stay straight, to stay ongoing in life. And then it can turn into complete chaos and break and leave you completely stranded. But like the psalmist says, staying close to the Lord because He is our refuge. Staying in His Word. Fixing issues when we see them. If we notice, if we're a saved Christian and we notice, hey, I've not been in my Bible, and we notice that, fix it then. Don't let that wobble turn into something more catastrophic. Fix it then. Get back in His Word. Stay there. I gotta get to work. We gotta stay close to the Lord and fix those little problems when we notice them. Don't let them linger. Don't let one day of Bible study not being in the Word turn into 2, turn into a week. It's very easily done. You know it is. I should put some anti-seize on that. Breaking my number 1 rule. Where's my impact? I put that in the wrong way. That's a horrible noise. And some of you might be saying, hey Blake, it's deer season. Why are you not in the woods? You know what's a good point? Well, sometimes you gotta fix broke things, okay? No matter what your priority is in life and what you got going on, sometimes you gotta fix what's broken. Think about that. Get our selfish ways out of the way. Gotta fix the things around us. Priorities. Gotta get this person back on the road. You know who you are. Axle nut. I don't know what to torque it to. I gotta find that out. I'll have to Google box it. So a little bit of a problem. This axle nut, I don't have nothing to fit it. You say, hey Blake, how'd you take it off? Well, it wasn't tight. That was probably what was wrong with it to start with. It's probably why it worked loose. So I've got this 12-point socket that's a little loose, and I'm afraid to torque this thing with this. I'm afraid I'll just round it off. So I'm gonna try to figure out something here. The engineering design. What's wrong with the regular nut? Hey, it's left with your back. But anywho, as we put this back together, remember, as a mechanic, I have a mechanic for years, and people wait to the last minute and it causes more problems for us and for you when it comes to the money. Where is that nut at? Found it. Get it fixed before it goes bad. When you see problems going on, get it fixed. This person's doing that. This person said, I got a wobble, let's get it fixed. All right, let's fix it. In life, when you notice you're having a problem and you haven't been with the Lord as much as you need to be, fix it. Tootsie, goodbye. We out. Thanks for watching.